Houston Public Works is responsible for the daily tasks you may take for granted. You may not notice us, but we work around the clock to support you. We are the foundation for life in Houston. Houston Water distributes enough fresh water to fill the Astrodome 4 times a day. Transportation and drainage operations handles 16,000 miles of streets. Over 1 million signs and street names and thousands of drains. The Houston Permitting Center regulates hundreds of projects so you can work, play, and live safely. Customer Account Services ensures 2.1 million people have access to safe drinking water with efficiency, accuracy, and flexibility. Capital Projects manages the critical improvements that make Houston better every single day. Houston is always moving towards growth, innovation, and progress. We are the largest, most diverse public works organization in the country. We are one team with one purpose. Together, we create a strong foundation for Houston to thrive.
Okay. Let's see. One moment, please. Technical difficulties here. Good afternoon. Thank you for participating in our live virtual stakeholder meeting today. My name is Kenya Williams with Houston Public Works, and the goal of today's meeting is to keep you informed and know what to expect during construction of the Cottage Grove East Package 1 project. Here at Houston Public Works, we believe that together we create a strong foundation for Houston to thrive. There are 5 service lines at Houston Public Works. Today's meeting is being presented by Capital Projects. We deliver large-scale reconstruction and new construction projects of Houston Public Works' existing roadway, drainage, water, and wastewater facilities. We are committed to managing and delivering these critical projects that are maintained and operated by Transportation and Drainage Operations and Houston Water. At this time, I would like to introduce you to your phenomenal council member for District C, Abby Kamen, to make a few remarks. Welcome, Councilmember Kamen.
Thank you so much, Kenya. I just wanted to hop on really quickly to thank not only our amazing public works team in capital projects. There's a lot of you on, as well as some of our contractors, but to thank residents and businesses. We have all been advocating for this project for a very long time. So to all of you that continue to represent the neighborhood, the Civic Club is doing amazing work, but also just the neighborhood as a whole, coming together to see this project through, to ask questions, to help share information, and a special thank you also to our businesses that are on and listening, because we know that this not only has a great impact in terms of the infrastructure investment that we're making around your businesses, but in terms of getting through construction itself. I know Public Works will be there every step of the way to help work everyone through this. So again, my appreciation. We are so excited that this CIP is moving forward finally, and my appreciation to Public Works for making sure that our neighborhoods are protected and getting the investments and infrastructure they deserve.
Thank you, Councilmember Kamen. Hey. Joining us is also Assistant Director for Capital Projects, Tanu Hiremith. She will introduce the project team responsible for this project to you. Tanu?
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you all for joining us today. The project Cottage Grove East, we have worked very hard, our project team especially with our consultants, to put together this project for you all. And I hope the information they provide today will be very helpful to you all. So the project team includes, it's a big team, Joshua, who's our contractor for the city of Houston, Mohammed Sabziveri, who's our managing engineer, Brock Howard, who's also a part of the project team. Then we have Wilprit, this is our consulting, and Grava LLC, who's our construction group for this one. Lucia Lee is also our consultant who's working with our project team on this project. With that, I transfer it back to Kenya.
Thank you, Tanu. So now let's talk about this project, how to prepare for construction, and who to contact. Today's meeting is to discuss Package 1 of the Cottage Grove East project, which is highlighted in blue here. Package 2 is set to start at the beginning of 2024. Once Package 2 in orange is awarded, we will host a virtual community meeting on how to prepare for construction. Houston Public Works is committed to building forward and not building back the same way. This drainage project is for the construction of Cottage Grove East Package 1, which includes Cottage Grove, Cottage Oaks, and Brunner. Package 1 falls in the Brunner section. The following streets are included in the project: Larkin Street, 265 linear feet from North Durham Drive to Shepherd Drive, and Cornish Street, 265 linear feet from North Durham Drive to Shepherd Drive. The work includes the replacement of asphalt pavement. Other works include the reconstruction of driveways, sidewalks, water, sanitary, drainage, and utility adjustments. This $1.4 million drainage project is scheduled to begin this month or fall of 2023 and anticipated to be completed in the winter of 2024. The project schedule will depend on weather conditions. The contractor will work Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. However, extenuating circumstances may require limited work to take place outside of the standard hours. The contractor is Grava LLC, and the project manager is Joshua Flowers. So what do the seasons mean? I'm glad you asked. Our construction timeline is as follows. Winter constitutes January, February, March. Spring is April, May, June. Summer is July, August, September, and fall is October, November, and December. So for this project, we start in fall of 2023, and it is to be completed by winter of 2024. So what to anticipate during these construction phases? Our advice is to organize, don't agonize. So if you prepare for construction, the time it takes to complete the project will fly by. The first step to getting organized is keep your door notification. The door notification contains pertinent contact information in case you have further questions or concerns. If your dog ate your door hanger, no worries. You can always refer to the project page on engagehouston.org. If you have objects in the right-of-way, please remove them now, as soon as possible. If you have specific landscaping that you would like to be saved, we suggest that you relocate such plant materials now. Grass will be restored in areas upon completion of all construction. For most of the properties in the area, the City of Houston project right-of-way will extend about 2 feet from back of curb. However, sanitary sewer line replacement will leave some residents with open excavations in their yards at times. As a result of this and related capital improvement projects, the city and the contractors are granted full access into the right-of-way. Once complete, the contractor is required to restore the impacted area of the grounds to City of Houston standards. So again, if you have objects in the right-of-way, please remove them as soon as possible. And meet the project team. This includes the contractor, the inspectors, and the project managers. Homeowners associations and local business owners are invited to attend the monthly contractor status meeting that will allow them to provide periodic updates to the community. Updates will also be posted to the project page on engagehouston.org. So remember to subscribe and receive the latest and greatest updates as they become available. The contractor has a restoration plan for all properties. Once the project is complete, the contractor is required to restore the impacted area to the city standards. Please do not make repairs yourself. Restoration typically starts once the project is complete. The city does not approve final payment to the contractor until they complete their own assessment to ensure restoration is sufficient. We recommend that you document current conditions by taking pictures of your property in the right-of-way area near the street and curb. The pictures should resolve any questions when it comes time for the contractor to repair or replace any items. What if your property has an improved or specialty driveway or walkway? If this portion of your driveway or walkway is located in the right-of-way, the city is only required to return the driveway access points to City of Houston codes and standards. If warranted, special provisions will be considered, but all related costs of improvements over and above the City of Houston standards will be at the sole cost of the property owner by a contractor of your choice. One example is a decorative or pebbled walkway or driveway. The contractor will not be able to replace with like product, and the city will not guarantee this work. Please be aware and obey all construction signs and barriers. Safety is priority number one for everyone involved in this project. For your safety and ours, please pay attention to the following safety objects shown here. And now we have good news and bad news. The bad news is because this is construction, there will be some minor inconveniences. The good news is that they are only temporary. So at this time, what I would like to do is ask the project team to explain some of the impacts that will be involved in this project. So we'll start with the water service. Project team, how is the water service going to impact the business owners or the residents here?
Okay, I'm gonna start with that. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mohammed Sabzawari. I'm the managing engineer here. And we also got Art, our consulting engineer, that can support me on that. In this project, we have a minor adjustment to the water line, to the existing water line. So impact to the water service is going to be very, very minimal. If there are a time that water services are going to be cut off to any property owners will be notified ahead of a time, let them know when, how, and how long it's going to take. So I would say the water impact are very minimal to the properties.
Thank you, Mohammed. What about trees?
There are no trees, as far as I'm concerned, that are going to be impacted.
Okay. And then, of course, the traffic and driveways.
Traffic and driveways, as usual, our protocol is that we keep all the driveways open at all time. The only time that is going to be closed, and that would be coordinated with the property owners, is when they pour in concrete. Typically, our bigger drivers, commercial drivers, we do them in half. We pour one half, keep the other one open. And also, if there are two drivers, we do one driveway and we wait until the driveway is opened and we go to the next driveway. So that's the way it's going to be. But during the total construction, when we're doing the roadways or any underground utilities, and drivers will always be open. Temporary drivers will be made if it's necessary, but we try to keep all the drivers open as much as possible.
Thank you. And I think, Art, could you touch on the traffic control plan for this project?
Yes, I'll be glad to. The traffic control for the two streets, Larkin, our phase one will consist of working on the north side of Larkin Road and also on the south side of Cornish Road. So we'll have one-way traffic running in a clockwise direction from Larkin down. You can actually travel from Larkin to Shepherd, back across Cornish, and back up Durham to Larkin. And as Mohammed said, access to property will be available with coordination with the contractor. Phase two of the traffic control would be, now that the north side is completed, we will flip over and we will work on the south side of Larkin and on the south side and the north side of Cornish, given a counterclockwise direction for traffic flow, one-way direction. The other part that we have a traffic is along Durham. Durham since we have to do utilities that cross Durham and connect into the west side of Durham, Durham will be shut down to 2 lanes, and work will proceed. The first phase one would be shutting down the east side and allowing the west side, west side traffic flow and reverse. Now, the good thing about this is traffic will be done at night, since it is a highly busy street.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you so much.
Art,
Yes.
can you also verify this? I believe that we are using a high strength concrete for the drivers to make sure that they can be put in service as quick as possible. Is that true? The
roads are with high strength.
Okay.
The driveways, I'll have to check. It escapes my memory right now, but for sure the roads are with high strength concrete.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
We encourage you to go to engagehouston.org to view additional project details and to take a closer look at the exhibits shared with you today. The project page includes additional exhibits, the traffic control plan, tree protection plan, right at your fingertips. And now a brief demo on how to navigate your way on engagehouston.org.
Welcome to engagehouston.org, We're incredibly excited to share this platform with you. This site allows us to communicate with Houstonians about the changes that are happening in their neighborhood. Our goal is to make the site visually fun and engaging, as well as easy to navigate so that everyone can find what they need. Using the Google Translate option, users can translate the languages used on the website. On the home screen, you can navigate the 4 project types that we support: drainage, street, wastewater, and water projects. Beneath that, you're going to see a variety of resources. All of these resources can also be found up here in our header. For all public meetings, we send out notifications to the community, and one way to access the meeting link is to click on the Join Us button. Another great thing about this website is that we have enabled social media shares. Users can share meeting links, project pages, and updates to their social media feed through private messages and/or email. This helps us in getting more information out to the community. Here's a snapshot of all the relevant project information on the project page. It shows a standard map which highlights the project area and general project information, which may be followed by a link. Below are the project's frequently asked questions. To the right, you're going to see a variety of widgets. First is the Stay Informed Subscribe button. This allows a user to subscribe to this project, meaning that if this project is of great interest, all it requires is inputting your email address. You'll be notified via email when updates are posted to the page or when new information becomes available. You'll also see the current project phase, as well as the project documents, meeting recordings, videos, and pictures. Underneath that, you'll be able to view who's listening and who the public engagement team is. At the bottom of the page, there's the Engage Us tool, which allows you to correspond directly with us through this platform. In order to use this tool, you must be registered and signed into the site. Once you're signed in, you can ask questions and they're sent directly to the public engagement team. We research and provide a response to every single question that is asked. We encourage everyone to register for this site. Some of the tools we discussed earlier can only be utilized if you're registered, so it is extremely important to register. We've made it simple, quick, and as painless as we could. Just create a simple username and password and answer 3 basic questions, and you're good to go. You'll receive a confirmation email, so don't forget to confirm your email address so that you don't miss out on all of the updates. And now you're done. You're all set up to utilize engagehouston.org and all of its beneficial tools.
We encourage you to call 311 if you have a concern. You can report online, email, or yes, there's an app for that. It's not just for problems, though. We always like to hear if our contractors are doing a great job, so please share that with us as well. I want to thank District C and Councilmember Kamen for her support today, to New Hiremouth and her awesome project team for their participation and support. Thank you to the fabulous public engagement team for making this meeting possible. And finally, to all of you who have joined us to receive this important project information. Thank you for your time and attention. And please remember to share what you heard today with your friends and neighbors. Remember to visit engagehouston.org if you have any questions, comments, or to view project updates. And now it's Q&A time. Being present has its benefits because you will get your questions answered in real time by the fantastic project team. Take advantage now and ask away. The project team is here to answer all of your questions. At this time, I would like to introduce you to Timothy Williams with the fabulous public engagement team who will moderate the Q&A session for us. Take it away, Tim.
Okay, I certainly will, and thank you, Kenya. Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Q&A portion of our meeting. It's your opportunity to engage and provide us with questions and comments that are related to this project. We certainly love to hear from you, and we welcome the feedback. The instructions for submitting questions are now on the screen. First, select Q&A on the right side of the screen. It's the bubble with the question mark in the middle. Then type your question in the compose box and select Send. You can remain anonymous by selecting Ask Anonymously. Some questions may require further research. And if so, don't worry, we strongly encourage those who submit these questions to include your name and email address so that we can follow up with you later. And as those questions are coming in, please note that this marks the beginning of the Q&A process. If you have any questions or comments beyond today's meeting, you can share them by visiting us at engagehouston.org. You would go to the project page, and there at the bottom, you can submit your question or comment, and we'll be sure to follow up with you. I'd also like to remind you that all of this afternoon's meeting material is available on the site. Okay, and with that, I will present the first question to the project team. First question, why is this project important? Why is this project important or needed?
Yeah, so I can answer this question. This is Joshua Flowers, a project manager. This project is important because it provides for the design and construction of the storm drainage improvements, as well as concrete paving, curbs, sidewalks. We're going to improve the driveways as well as underground utilities.
Great, thank you, Joshua. The next question, we did touch on it earlier, but we can provide a general overview. What impacts can I expect when I travel to the project area? What impacts can I expect when I travel to the project area?
Okay, I think we basically kind of answered that question.
Right.
As we know, every construction project has its own delays a little bit and inconvenience. That's given. However, we have and we always do our best to make sure that the traffic flows is continuous without any interruption. The only thing that I would say that they should experience is maybe just a little bit of a delay. That's about it. As we mentioned, all the drivers should stay open at all times. So I'm not anticipating any major issues at all.
Okay, thank you, Mohammed. And I have a question.
And I also want to add one more thing. Remember that
sure.
this is a very small project. The duration of this project is very small. I mean, before we know it, the contractor is in and out.
Gotcha. Thank you. And the next question, of course, this project, this meeting this afternoon focuses on package 1, but this next question combines 1 and 2. And they'd like to know if all utilities in Cottage Grove East Package 1 and Package 2 will be buried. Will all utilities in Cottage Grove East Package 1 and Package 2 be buried?
Are we talking about public utilities or the private utilities?
So I'm going to ask because there was no distinction, I'm going to ask that the submitter of that question provide that clarification for us. If you're still on the call.
Typically, when we're talking about utilities, it's water, wastewater, and storm, and these are typically buried if you're talking about public utilities.
Okay, all right.
Sometimes they're talking about phone lines or communication lines. Are they? I know there was once a question about telephone poles. Are these wires going to be buried? Does anyone know with this particular package 1 or Cottage Grove East in general?
So typically under these projects, this is Tanu Hiramat, sorry. Typically under these projects, if there are private utilities that are uncovered during construction, we put it back in place. If they're needed for any utility relocations, we contact the original owner of that utility and we work with them to coordinate any relocations needed for the project. And I will turn over the question to our consultant, Art, if they do have any utility relocations that have been identified for these projects, or we're just going to be recouping whatever that we uncover.
Yes, thank you. So on the, as far as CenterPoint is concerned, power poles and overhead, there will be some pole relocation taking place for this project. Gas has already been relocated, so that's underground and that's already have been taken care of. AT&T, the majority of the project for communication is above ground on the poles itself. There is some underground AT&T conduits that will remain in place during construction.
Gotcha. Thank you. So in essence, those case by case, for those with the case by case basis, they've been contacted already, right? Those specific individuals who are those particular locations where this is necessary, they've already been informed.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Great. Okay, and the next question is, how will North Shepherd be affected between Larkin and Cornish? How will North Shepherd be affected between Larkin and Cornish? And that's a pretty specific location, project team. If that requires further research, we can reach out. We can follow up with the citizen afterwards. But
Well, for this project, North Shepherd is only affected at the crossing of Larkin and Cornish. Between Larkin and Cornish, there's no effect other than providing traffic control for that work.
gotcha. Thank you. Okay, and can you confirm if there will be work on the weekends?
Not at this time, unless it's necessary, not at this time.
Gotcha. Thank you. And final question, how will we know when improvements are complete and the work is done?
Again, we are going to keep you posted via Engage Houston, as well as you would have access to our inspectors and project managers on the field when they're out there. You can always pose that question or follow up the progress of the project on Engage Houston. So you will know when our contractors start demobilizing, but any questions that you may have, you could always direct it to us and it will be answered.
Thank you, Tano. Can you just kind of speak to that briefly, just what demobilization might look like or entail, just briefly?
So demobilization typically is when the contractor has finished their restoration and they start moving out. So you start seeing that traffic control equipment will be removed. You will see that all the temporary precautions that the contractor has taken in the protection barriers, which are usually these sandbags that you see at your inlets, all of those will start getting removed. So that's what a demobilization looks like. Basically, contractor is pulling back all of his temporary traffic controls and equipment to wrap up the project.
Thank you very much. And that was the final question for this afternoon's portion of the Q&A session. But please continue to engage with us at engagehouston.org. And with that, I'd like to thank everyone for being on the call. Certainly thank you, Councilmember Kamen, and all the staff at District C, the amazing project team, the amazing engagement team, and certainly you all, the citizens and stakeholders. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a safe week.